Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Surfer's Journey. Today's episode is all about my hunt for the best small wave surfboard that there is. And recently this search has taken me to the Gold Coast on Australia to have a shot on the Album Plasmic. Album surfboards have risen to popularity in the last few years, and the Plasmic is their go-to model for small, grovelly conditions. So I wanted to know, what would it actually be like in the waves that I surf all the time? You don't have to look far to see plenty of footage of people ripping on Album surfboards, but I haven't really seen much footage of people surfing Plasmics in small average waves. Now, if that's what it's designed for, why isn't there that much footage in those conditions? Now, that did make me a little bit apprehensive, but I thought, well, got to give it a shot to find out. And I'm sure glad that I did, because this board suits the waves that I surf really well most of the time. Small, average, fat waves, low quality with not much speed. Now I want to have fun in those conditions because that's what I have access to most of the time. I can't just wait for the good swell and the good waves, because if I did, I wouldn't surf very often. So I need a board that makes those conditions fun, and the Album Plasmic has done that. So the Plasmic that I have here is a 5'2" in stock dimensions. Now the recommendations from Album is that you surf the Plasmic 3 to 5 litres more than your normal shortboard. Now as far as paddling this board goes, sometimes I've surfed small boards, 5.0s and 5.2s before. And they can be hard to paddle if the volume is at lower end. But because I've gone more than I've ever gone before, and I've found that it allowed me to generate that speed, momentum and power to catch any wave that I wanted, no matter how small. Now an Album Plasmic off the shelf, just plain wire NPU, is going to set you back about $1,400 Australian. That's a significant purchase. Most other twin fins in the market, you'd be looking around $1,000 to $1,100, maybe $1,200. So it is at the upper end. Does this board actually translate to better performance than those other twins? One of the first things that stood out to me on the Plasmic was that paddling this board was really easy. Having that extra volume made it heaps easier. I've had another 5.2 which was about 26.5 litres compared to this, which is about 30.5 litres, and this board was much easier, obviously because of that extra volume. Certainly there was a difference in the way that this board felt because it was a PU compared to the 5.2 Seaside, which is epoxy. I definitely loved that feel that epoxy gives, especially in small waves. But you can see here that this board still gives you that get up and go, and that's one thing that's really noticeable, is that when you get the opportunity to generate speed on this board, it takes off. In saying that though, if I had my time again and I was going to get another Plasmic, I think I'd go a little bit smaller, maybe a 5.0 or a 5.1, and get it in epoxy. My second session on the Plasmic highlighted a couple of key attributes of this board. One, as you can see here, is that I've still got the ability to perform maneuvers on really fat sections. As you can see on that wave, there was pretty much nothing to turn on. But on this wave here, you can see that example of that get up and go. And you can see that you can really jam this board in the pocket when given the opportunity. My first session on the Plasmic gave me a taste for the release that this board would offer, but in this session I was able to feel that release even more again, with the opportunity to perform some re-entries that I didn't get in that first session. And you can see here this board has that release, and it has that fast responsiveness and that little bit of spark that you want in small waves. Session 3 was the smallest of all the surfs that I had on the Gold Coast. You can see here we're talking about knee-high waves, but I'm still able to perform maneuvers. Matt Parker from Album Surfboards says that the Plasmic is the board that you would grab on the day where you wouldn't usually think about paddling out. Well, on this day, there weren't many people out in the water, and that says a lot about the Gold Coast. That's because it was so small and these waves are really lacking in quality, but it was perfect to take this board out into the lineup. I was still able to paddle in with ease. I'm still able to perform some maneuvers on sections and waves that really weren't offering that much. If that's what you're looking for, a board that lets you surf in those conditions and still have fun and still perform maneuvers, well, the Plasmic is going to be a great choice for you. So after all of that is said and done, where are we actually left when it comes to the Album Plasmic? Is it worth your $1,400 to purchase? Well, for me, it is worth it if you're looking for a twin fin that is fun in small average waves. It's going to give you good paddling power, it's going to give you good speed, good get up and go, and then it's going to allow you to have fun on small, fat, average waves. If that's what you're looking for, this board will give it to you. But are there any boards that are exactly like this? Well, no, there's not really. Have a look out there and you'll see that there's no other boards with this outline, the same bottom contours, the same tail shape out there like the Plasmic. And that's what gives this board its character and keeps it special amongst all the other boards out there. And it's all of those design features combined that give this board its uniqueness and give it that special feel that it has in those small average waves. Guys, thanks for watching the video today. I hope that this has given you an insight into what the Album Plasmic is actually like. Surfing it in the dimensions that it's actually been recommended. And as they represent a significant purchase, I hope that it helps you guys know whether or not it's worth spending the money on. Remember to like the video and comment below to let me know what other videos you'd like to see. Thanks guys, I'll catch you in the water. The Surfer's Journey now has a range of apparel available, from beanies to t-shirts to hats and coffee cups. For more information on how you can place your order, email thesurfersjourney@gmail.com. Be sure to visit The Surfer's Journey and check out some of our other videos. Surfing tutorials from point of view, from the air and from the beach. And detailed, honest board reviews. You can also follow us on Instagram where we post hints and tips.
At the moment we are running a fundraising campaign to raise money so that we can purchase surfboards, wetsuits and be able to cover running costs so that we can offer surfing lessons to first responders, veterans and defence personnel here in South Australia. The reason why we want to do that is to promote a healthy habit of surfing and how you can use surfing as therapy to help improve your mental health and reduce stress. Our coaches will be first responders, veterans and ADF personnel themselves. This provides a unique surfing experience where everyone is on the same page, we're from the same communities and we've all worked towards a common goal. This is a not-for-profit endeavour. Me and the other members of our management team do what we do in a voluntary capacity, which means we get no money for the time that we put in. The only people who get paid will be our surf coaches and they'll get paid for their hours worked. If you'd like to donate, click on the link to our GoFundMe page. Every dollar helps. Thanks guys. Together we can make a difference.